What's good, YouTube? This is Dr. Davis back with another video. All right. So today, NBA 2K23 dropped the MyNBA trailer. I have not watched it yet, and I know. You're probably thinking like, why is he talking about MyNBA? Well, I'm actually one of those people who do love to play the MyNBA mode. So I'm very excited to see what they are bringing this year. There are a lot of things that I wish they would add, so I hope that they add it in this trailer. But for now, let's get right into it. If you do like the video, please remember to share, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. But yeah, let's get right into the video.
Hey, yo, what's swaggin' players? It's your boy, Stacks Montana, man, and I'm here to ask you one of the biggest questions in the history of the basketball world. What if, what if Giannis really decides to play for another team later in his career? What if we still got the privilege to
My
watch
boy
a
D
prime
Rose.
MVP Derrick Rose?
Yeah, it was tough.
Let's take it back even further. What if Shaq and Kobe never split? What if MJ didn't retire after his first three-peat?
I like that animation. Him standing on the table. I think that's dope.
Versus Larry Bird in
Okay, so it's the film grade is not only in the Jordan Challenge, so that's good. They put it in this mode as well.
Questions to be answered and more in this year's NBA 2K23 MyNBA. This year we feel like we hit a benchmark year with an amazing breakthrough in NBA 2K23's MyNBA mode.
Okay.
Introducing MyNBA Era. In
Okay.
this first ever, I repeat, first ever one-of-a-kind mode, you can hop into a time machine, travel back in time, and start your MyNBA journey in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, as well as the traditional modern day.
Okay, that sounds like a dope idea.
That time machine right quick, you feel me? Let's travel back into a time before even I was born. We talking about the 80s, or what we like to call the Magic versus Bird era. The rivalry between Magic Showtime Lakers and Bird Celtics will be on full display. Along with the
That sounds cool, but I'm trying to play with Hakeem, you feel me? Hakeem, the dream.
Zeke, George Gervin, Dr. J, and the list goes on and on for so many other iconic players and teams.
R.I.P. Moses Malone, by the way.
Gameplay, as teams are taking
Met
less
him in
threes
Houston.
during this era.
Great guy.
In the paint scoring and playing through the big man is more of a focus. Now let's talk about those what ifs again. And one of the craziest ways you could rewrite the history of the NBA as we know it today. In this era, the starting point is the 1983 to 84 NBA season, where you'll have the entire year to get your affairs in order for the upcoming 1984.
Oh, the NBA draft.
You have the opportunity to draft the man on the cover of this year's championship edition, Michael.
Nah, I'm still picking Hakeem. No joke.
Don't worry, that still stands strong this year with the ability to create custom players, draft classes, and total team revamps. But for MyNBA era,
No Sam Bowie though. That's the problem. But Hakeem for sure.
If you missed out on MJ,
Okay, so that's good. They're actually giving you the draft class and not just creating some random rookie draft class like they do now.
Okay, and travel back to the 90s, a time we like to call the Jordan era.
Okay,
It would be
Jordan era.
impossible for one of the greatest eras in basketball history to not be displayed and headlined by his airness himself, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about my NBA eras is its authenticities to each era's rules. Playing in the Jordan era would be no walk in the park, you feel me? With hand checking legal and hard fouls being even harder. While
That sounds kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie about that.
the Jordan rules
I wonder what the sliders would be like at that point.
beginning of the 1991 season, right before the run.
I wonder if I could take those rules and put them in the modern era. I wonder if they'll let me do that.
And stop him from going 6 for 6, or do you take control of his legacy, build an even better team, and try to win 8 straight? Who knows? With the 1992 NBA draft coming up, maybe you find a way to pair MJ with one of the most dominant players in the history of the game, Shaquille O'Neal. With all of that being said though, we still not even done yet. Now let's hop back in that time machine one more time and travel back to a time not so long ago. A time we like to call the Kobe era. With the Eastern Conference finally
The Kobe era?
The Western Conference took over with
okay.
teams like Dirk
I feel
and the
it.
Mavs, KG and the
The
Wolves,
Kobe
and the
era.
dynasty created by Tim Duncan and the Spurs. But what might be the biggest what if of all time? The Kobe and Shaq Lakers. Trying to keep that team together won't be easy, but lucky for you, this era starts in the year 2002 with what might be the greatest draft of all time, the 2003 NBA draft. If you're a savvy enough GM, you can figure out a way to pair Kobe with LeBron, Melo, D Wade, Chris Bosh, or even Darko if you feeling risky, to complete Kobe's legacy and capture
Get off
two
that
more
boy
rings in
Darko,
LA
man.
and make him the true successor to Michael Jordan's throne. The
Okay.
authenticity of the improved MyNBA Eras mode is scary detail. Not only will you see gameplay and rule changes over time to match each NBA era, you will also see team logos, jerseys, arenas, and even
This really
locations
sounds
change
dope.
as you play through
Like if you are a person who really is interested in all of those intricate details of a mode, this sounds really amazing.
the Seattle Supersonics becoming the OKC Thunder, as well as the lack of other franchises that didn't exist in a certain era. So if you're a Miami Heat fan, I'm sorry, but you won't see that team until the league expands in 1988. Playing as the San Diego Clippers will really feel like a slice of NBA
That's
history.
tough.
As we watch tons of footage to replicate each NBA arena, sponsor logos around the arena, floors, and thanks to the My Team folks for their huge library of jerseys for their respective time periods. And NBA 2K23's MyNBA era's authenticity doesn't even stop there. Authentic and true commentary for each era was a huge deal. The audio team really outdid themselves this year. Historically, they've kept our commentary booth up to date and added new content to our colossal bank of audio lines to keep games.
I ain't gonna go that far, but okay.
This year, our current primary commentary booth is Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, and Greg Anthony. However, for the 80s and 90s, we brought in the legendary Mike Fratello.
Okay,
aka
that's
The
pretty
Czar,
dope.
to
So
help
not
us
only
out
is
with
Mike
the
Fratello
dynamic
in
to
the
the
Jordan
play-by-play
Challenge,
and
but I
color
guess he's
commentary,
in
as well as
the
a
My
ton of
NBA
fun
mode
stories from
across
the
the
league
eras.
during this
I like
time
that.
period. It
I
would
like
be
that little
impossible
addition.
to go over everything my NBA eras has to offer. But you know, we love to go over even the smallest detail. Each era has its own period-specific background. We wanted each era to feel and look different inside and outside of gameplay. Finances will grow and change with each era, as well as the G League and social media being added to the mode at its appropriate time. We even got dynamic shorts length, from short shorts in the 80s to long shorts in the 90s.
That's
back
dope.
to a shorter style in the modern
That's
era.
dope.
We also added the change of
I like
All-Star
that.
game jerseys going from players wearing their own team's jerseys until the real-life NBA made the change to team-based jerseys. My NBA Eras was created by basketball fans for basketball fans. And we think you're gonna love it. As you can imagine, the majority of our time went into making My NBA Eras what it is. But we also made time to make some improvements to the other My NBA modes that you all enjoy. My WNBA now has an updated playoff bracket.
Okay.
We're now using a more
I wonder if they have the
standard
Commissioner's
single
Cup.
elimination bracket with the old system available as a rule change for all leagues. Also, like the real WNBA, we now have the
Yes, sir.
We revamped team
Okay,
rivalry
that's
with
attention to
teams flags
detail.
out there on the court.
That's what I
We
want
now
to see
have
from
a more
2K.
in-depth
That is
system
attention to
to
detail.
calculate the heat index between
Get the little
teams.
things right.
The
I like
calendar
that.
menu was also revamped, as well as adding Eastern and Western Conference finals. and
Okay, that's
MVPs.
cool. That's cool.
It's been a very productive year for not only our franchise team, but every team involved in the creation of this new experience. We weren't sure we'd be able to add everything we wanted in one development cycle, but we locked in and got it done. As always, though, we want to hear back from you, and we welcome and encourage any and all feedback. Until we speak next, enjoy, and we can't wait to hear about how you rewrite history. Let's go.
Okay. It's not something that, a lot of people are gonna get into, but from what it sounds like, the mode is so in depth that no matter what you do, there's always something that someone will enjoy. I really like the fact that you can go across eras. I definitely wonder though, with that, are you going to be able to change the rules? So, for example, in the 90s, am I going to be able to play with the rules during the Kobe era? Or am I going to be able to play with the rules of the Magic and Bird era? That's something I want to see and go more in depth about because I think that'd be cool. Also, when I do a fantasy draft for players, so I will want LeBron in the 80s. Am I going to be able to draft LeBron, or are they only going to give me players from the 80s? Like, all that is important to know. So hopefully they can address that. And if they do a courtside report for my NBA, which I don't remember if they do it or not, But I think that would be something that would be very interesting to see because for me, that is something I would want to do. I like doing the fantasy drafts and seeing what those players would play like in certain rules. And so I think that would be a great way to kind of integrate that into the game. And so if they haven't, that would be something that, hey, 2K, holla at me, and I can make sure we, work out the little kinks or whatever. But all in all, it seems like a very, very good mode. Like I said, I know a lot of people are not going to be into it, but some of this stuff could even translate into um, the park or the My Career or whatever. Just having Mike Fratello do your games in the My Career or being able to start your character in the 80s or in the 90s, I think that's pretty cool theory or a pretty cool idea of something that I can do. But like I said, if you like the video, please uh, like, subscribe, share, turn on notice, all of that good stuff. Outside of that, y'all have a blessing. Peace.